Greetings, Assiq. Welcome to my challenge. All you need to do is leave the room from the opposite door to where you came in by. Could word that a little bit better. I will warn you that this is more complicated than it may first appear. I should also warn you that there are limited supplies of the items in this room, so think carefully before using them, or you might find yourself stuck and have to leave to start again. Best of luck. Now every room in here is random, so if you do have to leave, you're not going to get the same anything. You're not going to get the same challenges. You will get all of the challenges, but in different orders. Sorry for being so quiet. All I'm doing right now is searching everything and picking everything up. Apparently this is a test basically of chemistry. Basically. I don't think I can take too many things. But if I can, I'll find out. Okay. Now in this one I am following along on the Rune Headquarters guide because I won't remember how to do it, so... Oh my goodness, it's really raining! It's really raining! Can you give me any help? No, I'm sorry, but that is forbidden by our rules. If you are having a particularly tough time of it, I suggest you leave and come back later when you are more receptive frame of mind. Sometimes a break in concentration will yield fresh insight. Our aim is to test you, but not to the point of frustration. Okay, thanks. Okay. Alright, so you have to talk to her to ask for help to find the book. The book is obviously not there beforehand. You saw I searched this whole room, it wasn't there. Apparently, when you ask her for help, she hides the book. So, first, the Cupric is in insufficient quantities to cause any noticeable reaction. The second one made a particularly bad smell, but little else was productive. The third one, very tasty when combined with fried potatoes at room temperature. Interesting. The fourth one, dihydrogen monoxide served only to dilute the acetic acid at room temperature. That one might be useful. The fifth one, the powdered form of Cupric ore allowed a lower than usual melting temperature, but the end product was not useful. The sixth one, similar results to those made using Cupric ore. The seventh one, a blue compound was reduced along with heat. Eighth one, at room temperature, no useful product was created. 9. A pension order was released when combined. 10. The Cupric did not react with each other. The Cupric did not react with each other at room temperature. Yeah, that's really what it says. 11. Similar results to the shown with Cupric ore despite the increased solubility involved with the powder form. 12. A white liquid compound was formed that quickly cooled at room temperature to a white heat-resistant solid very similar to plaster. Heat was also produced, although not the same quantity as Cupric sulphate with dihydrogen monoxide. Okay, so this is one that we will need here, page 12, because we do need a product that is similar to plaster to make a cast of the key that's on the chain on the floor down at the bottom of the room, you can see. So that's gypsum and dihydrogen monoxide, which is exothermic. Gypsum and sodium chloride. Two did not seem to noticeably mix together at room temperature. 14. The gypsum seems quite resistant to most compounds at normal room temperature. 15. Again, very similar results to those shown with Cupric ore. I'm probably not even going to use this. I'm just going to cut all that out. Okay, so next what we're going to do... Okay, for the stone door you will need to create a handle, and for the wooden door you will need a key. Once you have both, open the stone door using the handle and the wooden door with the key. Okay, so for the handle, we have to use the spade with the Bunsen burner. Okay. We burn the wooden handle away from the spade and are left with a metal spade with no handle. Okay. Use the metal part of the spade with the door. Okay. Dunsy. I know, I'm ridiculous. Don't worry about it. You don't have to listen to me, you just have to listen to me. Sorry. Use the Cupric sulphate, the sodium chloride. Okay, let's see what I got here. Cupric sulphate, the sodium chloride, the acetic acid, and the acetic acid. Okay, so these three. With the stone door. Let's just pull speed. Once this slides out of the hole in the stone. I have to pull out the most speed. Usually they won't let you mix up too much. Nothing like the minute you're trying to do something that everybody tries to get hold of you, but that's what happens in real life. So, the last ingredient, and luckily, unlike real life, this... Damn, it didn't work. No, it didn't work. Damn it. Oh. Did I mess it up because I got interrupted and didn't know what to do here? Oh, there we go. Got interrupted, lost what I was doing. Thank goodness. Everything worked out anyway. So it says you pour the vial of liquid, which is actually water, onto the flat part of the spade. Something caused a reaction when mixed. And the spade gets hotter and expands slightly. So that makes it stick and opens the door. And I get ashes as a byproduct of that. So the next part, gypsum with a tin. Okay, first of all, we're going to use the tin for this. Put it over here. They let me keep it. I will keep it. What is this? Nitrous oxide? Put the empty bottles. Okay. Yeah, one more. Put the ashes over here. Okay. So for the next part, we're going to use the tin. Gypsum is this one. Vial of Liquid, it's basically water. Tin with the hardening substance in it with the key on the floor. Right. Use a tin ore powder and super ore powder. Tin ore powder, super ore powder. Okay. And the tin with the Bunsen burner, bronze wire with the tin. And then no, just the tin. Okay. So first, gypsum with the tin. Liquid with the tin. We're going to use the tin with the key. And then we're going to use the tin ore powder and the Cupric ore powder. Basically making bronze. Or no, not making bronze. Well, we're going to make bronze. Tin with the Bunsen burner. Okay. And then use the bronze wire. Nope, that didn't work. Bronze wire with the tin? Yep, there we go. Got the bronze key. So then we're going to use the key with the door. If you know chemicals fairly decently, and you can follow the book, you can do that yourself. There's no way I'm going to be able to do that. So, you know, there's a link in the description. I will probably post the directions in the description so that you have something to follow that's on the same page. Don't even worry about it if you can't figure it out on your own. You could. It just would take a lot longer than it's really worth it to get a quest done in RuneScape, unless you already know chemistry and you know what these words mean. Then it's a lot easier, but still, I mean, even then it's not silly at all to follow the guide. You know, you gotta figure out what your time's worth. I mean, you're here to have fun, not to get a headache and think that you're at school. Anyway, so I'm going to cut this part out because we've already done this earlier before I had to restart because I couldn't figure out which statue. So I'll see you the next time we do a room that hasn't been done yet.